Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim if you're new here, and today I have a September, or rather a beginning of the month reading for you. Depends really when you're watching this because all of my videos tend to be timeless anyway, but it's likely going to be the beginning of a month. What are the things and the messages that want your attention, that need your attention? What energies are coming in? What energies are you potentially dealing with? And how can you go forward in this month with your best foot forward? Those are just my intentions for this reading. If you've never done a pick a card reading before and this is your first time, how these work is you're going to choose a stack or a pile or an item or something like that from the little excerpt that I'm going to show you. I'm going to insert a clip here in a second, and it's either going to be, in this case, in this reading in particular, it's either going to be stack 1, stack 2, or stack 3, or stack 4. I'll insert a clip of the cards here now. Alright, so here are the groups that you can choose from. Here is group 1 with the Aquarian and the Mary L. Tarot decks. Group 2 with the Ryder, Waite, and CBD Tarot de Marseille deck. And group 3 with the Albano and Affirmators deck. And group 4 with, I forgot the name of this deck on top with the stars, but I'll link it down below. And then also the Doreen Virtues Angel Tarot cards. So go ahead and take a moment to choose. Pause the video if you need more time. Take a few deep breaths here. And ground yourself to the moment and to your intentions on what you need answered for this reading. So after you choose which deck and which stack you want to pick, you are then going to go into the timestamps or look for the pinned comment down below in the comment section, and that will bring you straight to your reading, depending of course on which stack you picked, okay? Alright, so before we get started with the reading, I'm going to quickly just go through my intentions for this reading, how I use these cards as well. If you're already versed and you know me and you know that I have no harmful intentions, and you know how these work and you have a confidence that these cards are great tools for you, then go ahead and skip to the reading. I'll put the timestamps down below as well, either in the description box or in the comment section. Actually, I typically put them in both, but yeah, I want to talk to those more newcomers out there and those who kind of doubt this process and kind of see it as a bad thing to do, because I know certain belief systems out there tend to believe that these tools are evil and they're taboo and they're going to bring about negative things into your life. Well, that is definitely not how I use them, okay? I want to only use these cards if they're going to be beneficial for you. My whole intention and my beliefs would go against using these tools in a negative way whatsoever, and this is why I always make the disclaimer in every single video that only take the messages that are for you and leave the rest. So these are great tools to strengthen your intuition. I find that they are great tools for me to really get down to the nitty-gritty and find out exactly what it is that I personally feel inside. If say that I'm feeling unclear about something, or I'm feeling like there's something that's at the tip of my tongue that I want to say and I want to express, but I just can't seem to find the words, a lot of the times readers that I like and resonate with are gonna have those words for me. That way I can get a sense of clarity in terms of the things that I was already intuitively feeling inside. Ultimately, this is a great way for you to, 1, again, strengthen your intuition, 2, reaffirm your beliefs, reaffirm your values, and 3, dive deeper into your own self-discovery, into your own mind, into your own wants, desires, weaknesses, fears. And this in turn, if it resonates with you, this message is going to help you realize exactly those things that you need to realize. But again, it might not be for you, which is why I always leave a disclaimer in every video. I just wanted to really go further into my intent this time in particular, just because I think that there was a lot of questions lately, at least in my field, of like feeling like, oh, so this is so taboo, and you know, divination and fortune telling is against the spiritual laws that are in the Bible. And I understand that, you know, I'm not going to be like, you're absolutely wrong, like the blah 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 blah. The truth is, there are going to be some instances when a fortune teller will tell you the things that you want to hear because you needed to hear them in the moment. Okay, so just rest in that you needed to hear them in the moment and you got exactly what you needed out of it. Maybe she's telling you something outrageous, for example, like, oh, you're gonna win the lottery if you put in these numbers. Obviously, that's going to be deceiving you if it doesn't turn out to be true. If a fortune teller tells you to go jump off a bridge, are you really going to do that? Probably not, because you're like, there's a higher sense in you. There's an intuitive nudge in you that will always protect you, that will always guide you. And a lot of us will call that God, you know, and I believe the same thing. I think that God is always guiding us. And so for me, I'm not going to say any outrageous claims that I really have no proof of, but what I'm here to do is give you the tools that you need to go deeper into your own self-discovery, because I have experienced myself the healing properties. So with that said, let's get started. Hey group 1, welcome to your reading. Alright, I have the cards here laid out in front of me. And based on the spread, I'm seeing that either you or somebody, you've got the 8 of Cups here with the 8 of Hearts. You are in either a codependent relationship, you are seeking a relationship and embodying a lot of dependency or dependent energy towards this person, feelings of scarcity, wanting something desperately. You could also be an interracial relationship. I want you to take a look at these cards here and see if they call out to you. If they don't, then, you know, this might not be for you, but, you know, stay tuned and see if the messages are in fact for you. So the 8 of Hearts is a card of walking away. It's a card of emotions and feeling disappointed, a little bit downtrodden, a little bit sadder than usual. It's more of a lower energy. But of course, any energies, no matter high or low, are all necessary energies. And I can see that because the energies that you're dealing with right now is the King of Hearts. Either you are dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, Sun or Moon or Rising. Or you are dealing with a situation regarding a romantic relationship where there might be a need to end things, there might be a need to move forward, or there's just a lot of questions and wondering whether this situation is in fact for you. So, is that resonating with you? I'm curious to know. But overall, but just based on those 2 cards, I'm seeing that you are someone dealing with a romantic relationship, and that's sort of forefront in your mind. Some of us are going to have thoughts of career forefront in our minds. Some of us are going to have thoughts about money or helping others forefront in our minds, or our health. But you have a romantic situation of the heart that is really affecting you as of this moment. Is that you? If it is, then continue watching. If it's not you, then obviously maybe check out another stack. Or check out another reading, because this might not be for you. But I am going to have messages that I'm going to be relaying that might not be only for this individual that I just described. So keep on watching if you're interested to hear more. Alright, so for your other oracle cards, you have forgiveness, another indication of some sort of heart matter, and you also have the heart chakra. So I kind of knew what I was talking about already regarding the heart matter thing. And you also have the Ace of Cups here, basically the emotional balance card. So you are dealing with matters of the heart and the base chakra. So that means you're likely feeling insecure about something regarding matters of the heart. And look at this, you have love as well. So it is likely a romantic relationship. You might be feeling insecure in a relationship right now. If that's you, give this video a thumbs up and comment down below, because I'm obviously very interested to hear about why it resonates with you and how. Feel free to share. That can be very helpful for many of us. But yeah, if this reading resonates with you, please do give it a thumbs up. That would be very helpful for me, and thank you so much. But yeah, you're likely dealing with insecurity in the matters of the heart. There might have been an injustice done lately. But you know, this may as well be about unconditional love as well. It might not even be about a romantic relationship, but it could be about somebody that you simply care about. Happy ending. This is so beautiful because it goes to show the potential. There is great potential here for the situation to be better, and you know that. You know that every situation improves. Time heals all wounds. There is a happy ending in the situation. It might mean walking away or sticking it through, and that's, again, up to you. As mentioned, you have to use your intuition every single time in every single one of these readings, because I'm not somebody who's going to be like, oh my god, this is the one and you're going to get married tomorrow, like you're going to get married in a week. I don't know about that. I don't care about that unless it shows me that I should. So there is going to be a happy ending. It might be like you might enjoy yourself being single, you might enjoy yourself being apart, you might enjoy talking to this person, communicating. I don't know. Trust your intuition. You know the way forward, okay? So for your Aquarian tarot cards, you have the Knight of Rods and the Seven of Cups. You also have the Four of Swords. So again, this might be concerning someone who you don't necessarily feel secure about, because you might feel they have different choices, that you might not be their focus. But regardless of that matter, with the Knight of Rods here, it goes to show that there is passion. This person that you're dealing with, a lot of you who are in fact dealing with somebody, this person is passionate about plenty of things, and rightly so. That's their right. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're not on their mind, because it goes to show that you are, you know, one of their choices. But they may as well be wanting to focus on career, wanting to focus on perhaps your spiritual growth, and maybe that means distancing themselves from you, or maybe that means you know, not fully diving deep into the relationship, into the connection than you hoped. See, with the Four of Swords here, it just goes to show that there's a need for self-reflection, for rest, for kind of, you know, approaching this in a calm manner. And I say that also because you have Temperance here and the Chariot. So the Chariot is completely opposite of the Temperance. The Chariot seeks to move forward fast and powerfully, whereas Temperance is very cautionary. It seeks to know certain things and have certain data and information before it moves forward, because it doesn't want to take a leap that it cannot make. So it goes to show that maybe you're seeking to move forward in something. It doesn't necessarily mean in love, okay? But you might be seeking to move forward in some sort of, you know, business decision or travel decision. You also have the Ship and the Tower here, which are about institutions and travel or long distance things. So you know, you wanna move forward in a specific direction and fast and powerfully. But Temperance here goes to show that there needs to be some sort of emotional balance happening here, and the listening of the heart. You know, you might be super upset at somebody as well and wanting to like cut this person off completely out of your life. There might be a feeling of like so much anger and passion to the point that you want to cut this person off completely out of your life. And Temperance says, okay, take a step back, try to come from a place of understanding what is going on in this connection. That's what I'm getting for you guys. You also have the Jaguar and the Moon, and I'm going to show you the meanings of this cards in a second, and you can pause the video to read them. But this is so beautiful because the Jaguar talks about, you know, coming from a place of courage. And, you know, obviously a Jaguar and any feline creature can be very sneaky because they are predators, so they need to stalk their prey. but they're extremely powerful, and a lot of the times they get what they want. They're powerful, they're a force to be reckoned with, and the moon is all about, delving within and paying attention to the cycles in our lives and in the moon. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the meanings of the cards now. Here's for the Jaguar. Go ahead and pause that video if you need more time to read. Yeah, it's a beautiful message. The Jaguar calls you to explore beyond the walls that confine you, to go outside your normal routine, to push your limits and boundaries. She is delivering an invitation from your own future to investigate the unknown, to venture into the mystery and the dark places you have been reluctant to explore. Toss all caution to the wind. Know that your Jaguar instinct will serve you well. The medicine. What in your life needs to be released? What have you carried around with you far too long, which is ready to be let go of once and for all? Jaguar medicine is available to heal the fear, so you can allow it to go. It's time to come out of the shadows and end the shadow games that you may have unconsciously agreed to play. Call on the Jaguar to unfetter you from toxic relationships and recover your natural instincts for the right people and situations. Interesting. You have the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Hearts, kind of talking about codependency. Interesting that you're dealing with this healing energy of the King of Hearts. I feel like you are very pure-hearted, group one, or at least some of you. But you're pure-hearted and you seek this loving, secure relationship. But because of your pure-heartedness and maybe sometimes your naivety, you may come from a place of desperation or scarcity and feeling insecure in your relationships. I feel that your person, group 1, 2, I'm getting the message to relate to those of you who are going to resonate with this message. I feel that your person is a healer, not necessarily in a traditional sense, like a shaman or anything of the sort, but this individual is someone who has been through a rough time in their lives, and they know what it means to feel downtrodden, and they know how it feels like to be really low, and because of that they have grown to be very compassionate people, as opposed to totally hating the world and hating other people. Because of the pain that they've been through, they don't want to cause the same pain to anybody, and I think that that's beautiful. I feel like that's what's coming into your life, group 1. I don't really know if it's necessarily in this month, but I feel that you are going to you're definitely going to evolve emotionally. For a lot of you, you're going to evolve emotionally, and for a lot of you, you're going to release those unhealthy, toxic relationships, and those foundations and those steps are going to be taken in this month, no matter how small, okay? Because I feel like with the Jaguar, you need to release something, and it might take courage for you to do that, but interesting too, it says toss all caution to the wind. And then you also have temperance here. So not necessarily all caution, but, have the courage to take risks and to release the things that perhaps you want to release but are afraid to release. What are the things that you want to let go of, that in your heart and your deepest sense of being and core and soul essence is no longer serving you? Are they beliefs? Are they people? Are they certain geographical locations? Are they certain goals and ideals that perhaps have been so important, so forefront in your life up at this moment? Because look, there's a sense of movement. Here, the Tower is very, very stagnant next to the ship. So it's almost like you have to leave something behind, and this something cannot go with you. Perhaps you might return in the future, but this something can't go with you because this something is stuck in its place. Yeah, this something is stuck in its place. It's not going anywhere, and only you can do that. Only you're the only one with the freedom. You have to leave something that cannot follow you per se. It might be a career. So the moon is very, very beautiful as well. I want to show you this. Here, go ahead and pause the video if you need more time to read it. The invitation: the moon spends equal time in the dark as it does in the light of the sun, and now it comes to remind you of this balance. Have you been too focused on outer achievements, productivity, or social engagement? Or have you spent too much time hidden from the outer world, not wanting to interact or show your face? Meditate on the significance of the moon cycles and let it gently guide you out of your bottomless depths. Head back to the world of outer expression and connection with others. Let it help you make time for yourself, your feelings, and your essential human and spiritual needs. The medicine. This card calls you to go on a journey of renewal, just like the moon does every month, so you can get unstuck, whether from a specific situation or life in general. For this, you need to make time to be with yourself without the distractions of modern society, and have the courage to look at the unwanted or unembraced parts of your being until you arrive at a place of resolution. Shamanic lore explains that the finest treasures of humanity are hidden where people are most afraid to go. This is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle Guidebook, and all of these decks are going to be listed down below. But yeah, group 1, there is a call for you to release the unwanted and unembraced parts of yourself, meaning like shed light on them. There are things that are going to be hard to admit, right? There are going to be flaws and imperfections and quote-unquote sins that are going to be hard to admit to ourselves. But this now calls on you to look at those places that you have not realized or consciously paid any attention to because you wanted to sort of numb yourself to them. A lot of it might in fact be coming from trauma as well, and not wanting to revisit those places of traumas, but sometimes we have to do that in order to fully heal, especially if we haven't. All right, so group 1, you might be dealing with a lot of emotional heaviness and weight, but the message for you here is so incredibly positive. There's going to be a happy ending, okay? I don't know necessarily per se when that's going to be, but I honestly feel things getting better for you this month, and I do see you getting stronger to deal with those things that you are going through. Oh, on the bottom we have Clarity, which is the Hierophant, but here in this deck it's called the Teacher. And then you also have Completion on the bottom of this numerology deck. Again, all of them are going to be linked below. And then the Letter on the bottom of the Lenormand card. So, you might have gotten some news, or you might get positive news as well. So those are just possibilities. But I feel like some form of written communication, whether it be an article or maybe a letter or a communication with a loved one, I feel like it'll really help move things along for you as you embark on a journey. And I feel like for many of you it's a new journey, it's an exciting journey, but there has to be preparation for that journey. And I'm seeing now that it's about healing some of those traumas and insecurities that you might have, and understanding that there is a season and a time for everything. I just noticed too that these are both 10-10s, and then you have Completion on the bottom of the deck here. So yeah, you are like entering a very transformative phase in your life where a lot of things are going to be changing for you, and I feel like you're awakening to a whole different part of yourself that you've never really realized before. I feel like you're getting to know yourself on a deeper level. This is also a 10 too with a Tower, and I see that the 10s are all about the cycles and the seasons and being courageous. Maybe you want to leave something that is so fundamental in your life, or maybe you want to leave something, whether it be a career, a partner, a relationship that is such a huge part of your life, and maybe you're afraid to do that, but there's something inside of you that is calling for you to take the leap. But again, with the Temperance here, there's gonna be a need for preparation and a little bit of caution. You know, you might need to wait a little bit and spend some time to prepare and maybe save, or, you know, gather up the courage. All of these things are possible if this reading is resonating for you. It might also mean writing somebody a letter, talking about what you're feeling, truly feeling to somebody that you've been wanting to reach out to. And if they don't react, if they don't respond, then so be it. The reason why I say that too is because this is a 9, the letter and completion. So maybe it is about, you know, writing someone, pouring your heart out to them, letting them know how you feel, for things to make more sense. Yeah, for a lot of you, it is having to do with a love situation. But yeah, for overall messages for all of those who picked group 1 and are still tuning in as of this moment, it's gonna be okay, and it always is. You don't need to know that, but I wanted to tell you that just in case you forgot, that beautiful things are gonna happen for you and to you. You know, it might mean going through uncomfortable situations and having uncomfortable conversations, but I honestly, right now, I'm feeling a message of like release, relief, like a weight has been lifted, and like something coming to light. I'm also seeing a lot of energies regarding contemplating. You know, it might be contemplating this move, contemplating this change, whatever it may be. It might be contemplating perhaps how to communicate with somebody, contemplating whether or not to reach out and apologize to somebody, or share your truest, deepest feelings that perhaps you've been wanting to share for the longest time and haven't gotten the opportunity to. The bottom of the deck of this Mary L. Tarot deck, the Hanged Man. Again, contemplation. A lot of similar energies here coming through. There's a sense of needing to meditate, to take caution, to take a step back and to look at things from a holistic perspective. If I were a doctor and if you were to come to me and ask me, okay, how can I heal this thing? And by this, I mean like this abstract situation that we're talking about, the challenge here that is being shown to me through these cards, I would prescribe for you breath work, conscious daily contemplation, journaling, possibly writing out your feelings, planning whatever it is that you want to do and how you want to move forward. For others of you, it might be moving to another place. And working out the finances of that and the logistics of that, especially in today's current times, 2020, September. We're still dealing with COVID, and it's been months. So that might, you know, have unique setbacks for you that someone watching this in the future might not have. So keep that in mind, because I am keeping all timelines, because I am keeping, you know, future people who are gonna potentially, because I am keeping future people who are gonna be watching this video in mind as well. So I might not mention all of the time the new challenges that we're gonna have to deal with from this moment forward, and that we are dealing with. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But overall, I want to end with this very beautiful message of going for the if you're having indecision right now, this is a message of moving forward in the direction where you feel most called to. What is the one thing that really, really excites you? And what are the things that really excite you? Go do those things. Go dig deeper into those things, and you will be just fine. Okay, there is a happy ending here. So don't worry, not everybody is going to be judging you. There are going to be people who understand you and who understand what you're going through. Okay, that was really long, wasn't it? So yeah, group 1, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, do give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you feel inclined. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this message. Leave me a comment down below and we can talk and get to know each other. So anyways, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, lovely group 2 people. let's get right into it. So for your CBD Tarot de Marseille, you've got the Lovers and the 8 of Swords. Okay, so you might be dealing with a romantic situation where you're uncertain about something, you're confused, you might be a little bit fearful. Now, stay with me. If that's not you, we're going to get messages that might be for you. But I'm getting that, you know, if you're tuning in right now, a lot of you are going to be having some romantic situation really forefront in your life, which is similar to group 1. So you also have this card here, 4 of Hearts, depression. Now group 2, you might be dealing with feelings of depression. If that is you, then continue watching. This is your reading. If not, then I suggest you pick another stack or try another reading, because this is the basis of this reading here. You are someone who is feeling a little bit melancholy as of this time, and this is why you're here. You want guidance. You want to hear something that will change your mind. You want to hear something that will uplift you and help you feel better, and I hope that I can do that for you. So you also have the Justice card, which is the divine order and equilibrium. Sorry, I'm gonna put my hair up. Sorry, so I put my hair up because it was getting in my face, and sometimes I mess around with my hair too much. So you also have the divine order here. Equilibrium. This is the Justice card in the traditional tarot. I also want to mention that on the bottom of the CBD Tarot de Marseille, you have this Roi de Bâton, and this is the King of Wands. So you are someone who is maybe an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or you're dealing with someone of that sign. But overall, this is a message for those who pick group 2, talking a little bit about the underlying energies in their life. So you're someone who's actually very likely spiritual. You're passionate. You are determined. You love to love doing the things that you do. You love loving the things that you do, you know? But right now, you might be feeling very, very passionate about a significant other. I'm not getting a sense that you're actually together. I am seeing, though, that there is a little bit of confusion regarding this romantic situation. I see that also with the Justice card here, equilibrium. This is a message for me that things are gonna come to light, okay? I'm gonna show you a little bit of the other cards that you've got. You've got the 9 of Cups and the Page of Swords. So you might also be dealing with an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, or you might be an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But for me, this is a card of looking at somebody's social media, kind of determining something about a situation or a person by doing some maybe minor research on them. Like, you know, when you stalk somebody's social media and you try to see like what they're about, that's sort of the energy here. With a 9 of Cups, I'm seeing that this is actually a pretty good situation, even though you might not feel like that. You might be feeling very, very anxious, okay, about something, but this month in particular, and from this moment forward, I do see that the light is going to be revealed to you, meaning like, okay, this person may as well be the snake that you are, oops, let me find that card real quick, unsure about. So here we have the snake and the clouds, meaning like you're not really certain if this person is someone that you can trust. There's something about the situation that you are unsure about. It seems cloudy. You might have trust issues, and you're feeling very sad and anxious about things. I'm going to read this card real quick, actually, because sometimes this deck is a little bit different. Yeah, so this is basically the same thing as 8 of Swords. You're having defenses about something. Might be, you know, one of the reasons at least why you're feeling depressed. You're feeling like there's something off, or you're just not sure if you can trust the situation. On the bottom, you have this On the bottom, you have the Sun card and the Knight of Cups. You know, things are looking up for you. Things are feeling really, really, really good. And you'll see that even more as we get further into the reading. I feel like right now, at least where we are in the reading, it's about releasing some of those doubts. You know, I hope that this can be a message for you to allow yourself to release some of those doubts. Because the trust issues that you might have right now, if you're resonating in particular, might be stemming from you and your past traumas. On the bottom, we have the key here. So whatever the snake and cloud situation is in your life, again, it could have something to do with a person that you're romantically attracted to. I feel that you can actually get a lot of positive things out of the situation. And now, at least for this moment that you're watching, it's about getting to a state of being where you're able to only take the good things out of the situation and turn the negative into something positive that you can learn from and take something from going forward and use that for your benefit and use it as a resource for you in your life. Okay, so you also have faith, exactly. Hope, support, miracles, and spirituality. And I want you to see all of these purples. You have divine consciousness, the third eye chakra. So I feel like you're going through a spiritual cleansing right now too. Interconnection, expansion, oneness, and light. Yeah, you are being expanded. You are being strengthened. Perhaps you are being tested, but there's a reason for that. It's to make you stronger. Look at this, patience and manifestation. You might want something in your life. You want it to come to fruition and as fast as possible. But it's going to come in the time that it comes, and you have to be patient because it is a challenge. And your impatience is causing this depression. It's causing you to feel off balance because you're not being patient, you're not being grounded in the moment. And there are many ways you can get grounded, get more rooted. I'm also getting with a manifestation card, the situation you've manifested. So this card is all about paying attention to our thoughts, whether we're thinking positively, and understanding that our energy and our aura and the things that we put out there is constantly bringing things to us or repelling things. So it's about being conscious of those, inner judgments towards others and ourselves even, and paying attention to, negative thinking patterns. Because, you're likely in this depressed state for a reason. It might be because, you're likely in this depressed state for a reason. Like, it came from the things that you essentially put your energy into or thought about for a long, long time, or thought about a lot. Sometimes we indulge ourselves in overthinking, knowing that it's not good for us, You also have honesty, truth, transparency, sincerity, communication. I feel like you guys, group 2, you're very, you're trying to keep things to yourself. Like, you're trying to suffer in silence is what I'm getting. And yes, things are going to come into balance, and that may as well be positive or negative for you, but it's the only way. Things always come into balance, no matter what label you put on it. But yeah, what will really help you, this is your advice card here, truth, transparency, sincerity, communication. You might have to reach out to somebody. You might want to show your true face, show who you really, really are. And I also say that because you have the staff and the medicine wheel. I'm going to show you the meanings for these cards in a sec, and I'll read them to you. But this is talking about you finding that inner core being where you're able to move forward in a balanced way. We also get that same balance theme here with the Justice card. And the medicine wheel is all about, finding your own path and seeking wisdom and understanding by following your inner callings. following your bliss, following the passions that is unique to you, that the next person might not share. Let me read that to you right now, actually. Okay, so here's for the staff. Go ahead and pause this video if you want to read it. I'm going to read you the invitation and the medicine. Okay, the invitation. You know how to flow easily between polarities, how to weigh all possibilities and instinctively select the right path. Trust your inner wisdom and take the first step on a journey that your heart has already embarked on. Use the power of the staff to unite what appears to be divided, to find the delicate balance between will and surrender. Interesting. The medicine. You are caught in the delicate balance between opposing forces, between masculine and feminine. Here's that same theme here. Between non-action and action. Use this to your advantage, as there can be no day without night, no low without high, no wrong without right. This is a time to take corrective action, beginning with your beliefs about what needs to be fixed and repaired. Let destiny take its course, nudging it slightly along. Exactly, that's so key, that last bit. Let destiny take its course, nudging it slightly along. That's what equilibrium is all about. Destiny is going to take its course regardless of whether or not you believe in it. So that's really interesting. Here's another same sort of frequency, and the third eye chakra sort of tells you to listen to your intuition. And here it talks about you instinctively knowing how to select the right path. So you have all of this wisdom in you, in your heart, wanting to, be realized by you. And all it might take is for you to be honest about what those things are. Okay, so I'm going to now read to you the medicine wheel. Here it is. If you want to read it on your own and pause it, I'm going to read you the invitation and the medicine. To manifest clear blue skies in your life, it is important that you take a look at certain aspects of your being. Maybe that's why you're depressed, because there's something in you that wants to be expressed that you might have been ignoring for too long. Enter the medicine wheel from the south and reflect on how you are still clinging to events from the past. Continue to the west and notice which relationships are toxic and drain your energy. Step into the north and ask yourself, do I know my passion and show it? End at the east direction, visualizing how you want to live the next chapter of your life. It is up to you how much time you spend in each direction, minutes, days, or months. But when you are done, make sure to step outside the wheel and contemplate your journey. I'm going to close this. The medicine. You must not postpone your healing journey any longer. It can be difficult to start, but you must find the inner strength to step into the medicine wheel, or you may lose your opportunity. There are many ways and many paths. Choose the one that you resonate most with. Once you have found it, the only mistake you can make is not follow it. Go boldly. So that is so beautiful. It's essentially about you moving forward and trusting your intuition, following your heart, and being honest about yourself. But some of the things that have been crying out for you to pay attention to it. And I have a feeling a lot of you know what that is. For me personally, what has been calling for me is to pay attention more to my feelings about something or someone, and to be okay with that. A lot of the times what I tend to do is be like, no, that's a weak feeling. I don't want to think about that. That's a weak feeling. I shouldn't have feelings like this. It's showing me weakness, and it's making me vulnerable. And for me right now, I'm trying to become more sensitive to my own feelings. And, giving them space to express themselves, essentially. And so that's what I'm seeing here. I feel like, okay, you are imagine that you're about to go on a trip, on a journey. And of course you're scared, like, oh gosh, there could be, wild animals and like people who might fool me. And this is about taking that step forward. Yes, there might be research needed. There might be necessary precautions. And this is reminding me a lot of group 1 too. But I am seeing that you're spiritually and divinely guided. Whatever the situation here is, it has been brought into your life for a divine spiritual purpose. For others of you, that love situation is a soulmate, or it's someone that is going to teach you something and help you continue forward. And look at this, you also have synchronicity here on the bottom of the deck. So pay attention to synchronicities regarding the situation. Like, do you share a specific passion with this person, or do you share a specific passion with this person or idea that you're both passionate with or about? Like, do you share a specific passion with this person or an idea that you're both passionate about? Then that could be a clue as well to, like, your path forward. And that's why we have the key here on the bottom. This situation, whatever is causing your depression, and that's up to you to decide and to look into that, explore that a little bit. But I'm seeing that that's one of the keys to move forward and to manifest to your life what you really want. The reason why you're feeling depressed is because you're not happy, or you're not contented with where you're at and where you or what you have. You want something more out of your life, and that, for a lot of us, that's absolutely justified. We can't just settle down when our hearts are not contented with that, when our hearts are calling us to go on this journey, right? But patience requires us to be in the moment, to enjoy the moment, and to take a few deep breaths and know that, okay, my worrying, my doubts, my insecurities, and my fears are not going to help me feel better, essentially. Essentially, I could be worrying for nothing, and that's really your message. And look at this intuition on the bottom of the deck here, the High Priestess. So I also noticed that this card is on the bottom underneath. So here is insight, understanding, awakening, awareness, self-evaluation. And again, more purples. Notice how all of these purple cards are talking about your intuition. You have a ton, like, look at this. You guys might be like loving purple right now, or seeing a lot of purple, and purple is calling to you, or this might be your new favorite color that could be really helpful for you. Indigo, purple, violet. This might be a very helpful color for you to have around. But I am seeing that you're very, very divinely guided in the situation, and you're here for a reason. Like, this moment is key for you. On the bottom of this deck, you have the sun. And so you are protected, you are guided, group 2. Your wish fulfillment is around the corner. Your manifestation is going to happen. If it's what you believe in, if it's what you want, if it's what you're being guided to, that is no accident. Your desires are there for a reason. And I'm seeing that you are going to get those, you are going to get that wish fulfillment if you're being guided to that, okay? So let's see if any more messages want to come out from this T Oracle cards. Just going to pull some out for group 2. Dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. Alright, so some of you guys might be dealing with someone like this. I'm not getting that this is for everybody, but for those of you who perhaps were resonating with that first message, and kite vacation. Interesting. So you might need some space, or maybe you're taking space from somebody, or you might need to actually take vacation with this person. If for those of you who are interested in this person or in a relationship, like, you might want to do something that's just mutually beneficial and relaxing for the both of you. But either way, I'm feeling like you need some space from whatever is causing this depression and this anxiety. Eight of Cups defensiveness. Oh, sorry, Eight of Swords defensiveness energy, and there's a need for you to create space from that. It might be coming from this person or the situation with this person. You might be mistrustful of this person, maybe wondering if this person is a snake or something, or like someone that cannot be trusted. You might be someone that has dark hair or is dark complexion and wondering if someone can't be trusted. But I'm seeing that you are protected and you're divinely guided to this person and the situation, you know, with all the purples as mentioned. And I just noticed underneath that is completion. So there's like, I feel like for a lot of you, it's like a past life connection. Or it's a soulmate connection, and it's meant to challenge you and help you grow. Look how beautiful all of this purple is. I'm just amazed. But underneath that, you know, with the sun, and then you've got 9 of Cups here, and Justice. Justice, I believe, is a Libra card. So you could be dealing a Libra sun, moon, and rising. Topical or sidereal Vedic astrology. Depending on which one you subscribe to, but you know, this is your manifestation, and for a lot of you, this person that you're questioning just might be your wish fulfillment moment. I'm getting, you know, it might just be your doubts. And what is it that you need to be honest about in this situation? Is it your feelings for this person or the situation? Is it that this person or the situation is bringing about uncomfortable feelings in you that you have not looked at in a long time, and is now wanting to resurface again because it wants to be healed fully? That's what I'm getting for you guys, group 2. Overall, you really have nothing to worry about. Just remember to relax, okay? Let's take a few deep breaths. Such a helpful tool is to do breath work. Alright, so let's see if I'm getting any more messages. Yeah, you might, I don't know, you might be depressed because you might be questioning yourself in the situation, but I feel like you're in a really good spot regardless. Something is guiding you. You're protected. This is a lesson for you. Yeah, I think that you know exactly what this is about ultimately inside. And it's about you being honest about that, okay? And that might take a few months, take a few weeks, take a lot of meditation for you to get to what this means. But I feel like it's really key, and you know, it may as well mean, you know, communicating with this person. See how that key, look at this. I'm now seeing also 2 keys. That's very rare actually for me. But I'm seeing a key and then a key here. So, you know, maybe it's about communicating with this person, dispelling some of those doubts and those fears, and talking openly and honestly with, you know, what those are with this person, so that you're not feeling depressed about it. So that's just some messages. Only take the ones that resonate, and feel free to, you know, take your own intuitive messages regarding these cards as a message for you. I hope that I was able to explain them in a way that you can, you know, truly grasp in the most harmonious and beneficial ways possible. If you enjoy this reading, if you would like more of it, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so when I upload new videos, you will be notified. I hope you liked it, and feel free to leave me a comment down below as well. I'm going to respond to every single person to the best of my abilities. So yeah, group 2, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you the cards, and then we can get to the meanings and what I'm getting for you for this month. All of these decks are also going to be down below. So for the Affirmators Tarot, you have the 7 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So this is that infamous card of indecision and having many options. You've also got the 2 of Wands and the Ace of Swords. You've got the Lenormand cards, and you've got the Bear, Lily, and also the dog on the bottom of the deck. For your Albano Waite tarot cards, you've got the 5 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and on the bottom you've got the Ace of Pentacles. Then for your numerology deck, you have Happy Ending and Forgiveness. For the bottom of that deck, you get leadership. And then also for the Chakra Insight Oracle cards, again, all of these are going to be linked down below in the description box. You have forgiveness, emotions, and relationships. And then for the Art of Love Tarot deck, you have the Teacher, Clarity, which is the Hierophant. And then the Seven of Stars, another 7, Faith. 7 of Stars is the 7 of Wands. And then you also have, for the bottom of the deck, you have 0, the Beginning. So this is the Fool. Okay, so group 3. I feel like your faith is being tested in some form at this moment. And I think for a lot of you, it's about something financially related or career related. And I also say that career related as well because we have the Bear card, and this can be known as the Boss card, or like being your own boss essentially, and leadership as well, which we have here. So the Bear is about a symbol of authority or someone in an authoritative position than you. I feel like with what's going on with you guys, the venture that you're on, the journey that you're on, you are having to, like, I guess, really take a look at your values. And what I'm getting is there's a lot of different people here going through different things, and the intensity for a lot, but not all, is primarily directed towards, being a financially independent person. We've got the 5 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. You also have the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, and I just noticed underneath that is the 4 of Wands. So there is a lot of focus on foundations and building a solid, stable foundation. Having a source of income that's stable and reliable, and it might feel like things are going very, very, very slowly, but the opportunity and the potential is there with the Ace of Pentacles. I also see that you have the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is all about clarity. And you get that here with the Hierophant. Hierophant being a card of traditions and marriage, which is interesting because we also had the 4 of Wands earlier. So there is a lot of energies of foundations and wanting clarity about a foundation. And interesting that you have the Bear card here about, your boss or entrepreneurship and things like that. And so what I'm getting here, also with the Lily and the dog, is that you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a CEO, you want to be your own boss, but there are now issues coming up for you, especially look at this card here. So he's looking into his little telescope, he's on a journey, he has a bunch of tools and resources to use. But, you're wanting to go this direction. You want the financial success and stability. You want to be your own boss. You want to provide. But, you're met with challenges. You're met with issues now that you are finding that you have to deal with. Yes, this reading is definitely a lot about career, finances, and moving forward in a good direction from that and getting guidance in that way. But I'm also seeing a lot of relationship messages here, which is why I'm saying group 3, that there might be like multiple people here with different focuses. One is more so focused on career, or most people rather, and one is more focused on something that happened fairly recently, perhaps that might have caused this need for forgiveness. So like a disappointing situation in a relationship, because you do have the relationship card here, and you also get forgiveness twice. So there is those two different groups of different focuses. One is more so focused on finances and being financially stable, and one is still really dealing with the heaviness of whatever happened recently, likely with a romantic relationship or just a close relationship. So initiation and beginning, we see that with the 2 of Wands as well. So there's a journey here. So for those of you who are more resonating with the finances, I am seeing that, you are seeing new obstacles right now that you're now having to deal with. And that's why you get this Clarity card as well as this Clarity card. Like you're learning from the mistakes of other people before you who have done similar things, or you are going to do that, and I think that that's going to help you out as well. Yeah, because you guys, group 3, you're leaders, and I feel like that's a really strong characteristic for you. Like, you're a leader, but there might be a little bit of uncertainty and cloudiness in your journey at this point. Like, you want to head to your destination, you want to reach a specific goal, a specific place, but, you know, you're met again with those obstacles. Like this imagine this guy here, this rhino suddenly coming upon like a fallen log and like not being able to go around it or over it, and so now he has to find a solution, sort of thing. But I see though in the upcoming months for you that clarity is coming. It's here twice. You know, maybe it's connected to this forgiveness message coming in twice. You know, maybe it means something so simple as energetically releasing something that has been holding you back. Because energy is everything. Everything is energy. And even the slightest change in our energetic frequency can bring about new opportunities and openings in our life that wasn't there previously. I don't know if you guys have heard of Ho'oponopono. I feel like it's Ho'oponopono. Let's see. Ho'oponopono. So it's essentially about saying these words, saying these phrases inside or out loud towards people that need forgiveness, or towards bonds and connections that are strained, which you don't necessarily have to do in person. It's just a tool, a psychological, spiritual tool to release some of those baggages or strains or tensions regarding this connection. And those phrases are, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, in no particular order. And, you know, getting into a meditative state and visualizing the person that you want to, you know, release any negative energetic bonds towards, and saying, sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And that gives, suddenly, you'll notice if you try it and if something that resonates with you, it will bring about feelings of forgiveness and lightness and just love and compassion for this person. And that's what I mean by this very slight energetic change in your being, that you might not necessarily have to reach out and physically contact this person, but just coming from a grounded space within you, and, you know, recognizing any negativity that you're holding in towards or for this person, and releasing those things, not only to help yourself but also to help that person. You know, not necessarily to, you know, invite them back into your lives, especially if you don't want that, but just to move forward and to become new again, to release some of that baggage that perhaps is no longer serving you. Look at his, he has like a backpack, and say that he's like carrying a tool that he doesn't need anymore, and it's just holding him back and it's tiring him out. Well, then he should probably get rid of it, right? So that's what Ho'oponopono can do for you. That's a really tough word to say, but I'm also seeing that same theme here with the lily. It might be regarding a boss or an authority figure, a really big figure and forefront figure in your life right now that needs this innocent, pure, wise energy and compassionate energy coming from you. I mean, this is also about sexuality as well. So it's tough to figure out like which one is which, especially for a bunch of people. But, you know, I'm seeing that with the emotions and the relationships, it could be a little bit of both, at least for those who are tuning in right now. But, you know, there is a need for forgiveness regardless of what sort of relationship or connection this is, and understanding and believing that there is a happy ending to whatever this is. So yeah, group 3, you are embarking on a journey. You are in the beginning of a journey, right? With the Fool here, especially initiation. And look at this sort of rebirth happening with her coming out of this flower. It's like all of the weight has been lifted, and she can finally like be fully and freely herself as she sheds all of the unnecessary baggage. And I'm seeing like, okay, you might be thinking, oh, it's so slow, I don't know what to do. And you might be dealing with anxiety as well, and uncertainty, and a lot of conflicting emotions here. But, through your faith and through your will and through your, the love that you have in your heart and through your light, I am seeing that can be, those obstacles can be cleared out for you. It could be as simple as forgiveness, forgiving the situation, forgiving this person, trying to come from a place of understanding with this person, and, just having compassion, really. Group 3, it's so important to have faith at this time. I also notice here that there's 2 hands here sort of in prayer. And that's sort of like faith as well. Like your faith is being tested as these obstacles come up. And it might have to do with, it might have to do with the business. And not knowing how to go forward in the business, and having doubts, and questioning your morals and your values, and how to incorporate those morals and values into your business and how you want to operate in the world. And these are very, very important questions and justifiable questions. So I totally get where you're coming from, but the happy ending comes in the clarity and understanding and believing that the clarity will come, the answers will come. And notice how that's yellow too. So yellow might be speaking out to you currently. I'm also seeing the yellow here. And so like the situation is very connected to your will. And we see that with faith as well. So yellow is associated with the solar plexus chakra, located here in this general spot here. Right underneath the navel. And so the solar plexus chakra is all about your will and the direction that you want to move forward and the things that you're willing to fight for. And that is definitely seen here with the faith card being the 7 of Wands. And traditionally, this is when a man is fighting for something. So this is you essentially being reminded of your commitment and what you want to do, and reminding you of what you chose to do. And don't let those obstacles hinder you. Don't let those obstacles create doubt or confusion in you, because the clarity is coming, group 3. And I'm not just saying that, I am seeing that shown here. And as you know, energy is neither created nor destroyed. These cards came out here for a reason. You're here for a reason if you're still watching right now. And if this is resonating with you, I'm not gonna in any way try and give you any messages that are not gonna be for you, and you wouldn't be here if they're not for you, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. Letting go, healing, growth, compassion. Yes, ton of growth and compassion and healing happening for you. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to get some more clarifiers from this tea leaf oracle cards to see what else is going to come up. And then we can end with the shaman oracle cards that I really want to get for you. See, group 3. Oh wow, a lot came up. So we have broom, new home, new attitude. Okay, so some of you guys might be having a new home or moving into something new. Great worry over nothing. Yeah, exactly. You might be worried over nothing. Grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. Interesting. I feel like I mentioned that already. And tulip, great passion. So yeah, group 3, you could be dealing with great passion in a relationship. I'm also seeing a lot of oranges as well. So oranges and yellow, your lower to mid chakras here are being highlighted. Sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra. You're probably dealing with career and love at the same time, and that's definitely difficult in so many ways, but happy ending, clarity is coming. You're worrying over nothing. There's a lot of newness. Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Swords, and then you have the Fool card somewhere here that I lost. Oh, here. New beginnings, new home, initiation. So there's something new happening within you, and you're already worried about the ending. But look, happy ending. Okay, so relax. You know which direction to move in, you know what to do, you know which obstacles to clear and how to clear them. That wisdom, that knowledge is inherently within you. But it cannot and it will not come to the surface as a solution if you're worried, if you're anxious, you know? Because, yeah, clarity, oh my gosh. I feel like I'm really getting a sense that some of you guys need to pray too. Like, if you haven't prayed in a while, try it. Try it if it calls out to you. Try praying. I'm seeing this hand here really highlighted. And I'm seeing her in prayer as well. So, faith obviously screams prayer for me. Overall, I feel like you're protected. The dog is all about loyalty and having a good friend and a positive friend having your back. And I do see that you have that guidance and protection surrounding you. Oh, and look, I just got a call and my favorite number is here. So it just goes to show it was a confirmation for you that your angels are watching over you and guiding you every step of the way. I just saw like an angel number that I really love. That's why. And this angel number speaks of that, the angelic guidance and the spiritual guidance, and you know, trusting those intuitive nudges. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I just, before I end, let's get a couple of these clarifying cards for group 3. So we have the arrow. I'm going to show you the meanings of these cards in a sec, but I want to get one more. Group 3, all right. Ooh, the Rainmaker and the arrow. So let's see. So here is for the arrow. I'm going to read you the initiation and the medicine, if I can talk right now. The invitation. When the arrow zings through the air, it is inviting you to pay attention and signifying that you are about to make your mark in some aspect of your life. I wonder if it has anything to do with career or your own business. It illuminates a moment of contact when you know that your desires and intentions have traveled on the wind and landed in the perfect place for your highest good. Yay! Woo! Trust that your job is to be relaxed yet focused. What was I just saying? Keeping your eye on the prize yet releasing your intention with full expectation that it will land as it is supposed to. Don't worry about the how or the exact form. This is not a time to interfere with the manner in which the arrow flies. It will make its mark, and you have cause to celebrate. The medicine. This is a time to admit that by continuing on the path you are on, you might be shooting yourself in the foot. Alright, so again, it depends on which one is resonating with you, okay? So keep that in mind, bear that in mind, and trust your intuition, listen to your intuition. Because the invitation is obviously the positive and the medicine is the negative. Could it be that you have become so attached to winning this game that you have missed the true mark? What if your arrow was never meant to land? What if your arrow was never meant to land where you wanted it? Now is the time to regroup and ask yourself if what you desire is really worth your energy. This is a sign that something better is waiting. Consider the wisdom in not getting what you want. Suffering in this case is a pathway to heal the parts of you that feel unworthy, the parts of you that worry there isn't enough. Make peace with those voices. What is truly yours will be waiting for you. Wow, interesting. That's so conducive with the messages that I was talking about regarding your business. You know, you might be coming to the conclusion that maybe certain decisions, certain options are not for you, and now dealing with the obstacles and the challenges that are coming up from that, possibly, if that's resonating with you. Again and again, only take the messages that... Alright. 43, oh, where is it? Oh, 42. Here's the Rainmaker. Go ahead and pause if you need time to read and want to read it yourself. I'm going to read the invitation and the medicine. It depends on you which one resonates with you more. Okay, so the invitation. The Rainmaker is calling you to create new from blah, blah, blah. The Rainmaker is calling you to create new from the elements that are already in your life. Be sure to work with what is and not with what might be or could have been. The seeds that have been silently germinating in your heart will burst forth ready for the sunlight. Do not hold back. Put all of your chips on the next roll of the divine dice. The medicine. Recognize how you are co-creating your world. Nothing is happening out there without your involvement. Remember that the world is only mirroring back to you the condition of your love and your intent. So change these within before you take any action. Do not take life personally. So yeah, again, you're dealing with certain situations and obstacles coming up, and now you are faced with a choice on how to move forward. And naturally that will come with some insecurity and feeling off balanced and thrown off. But ultimately, this is your message. Great worry over nothing. I feel like you might be looking ahead way too much, and you might benefit from taking a step back and taking things slower, step by step, and realizing that, yeah, you are concerned about the end goal, because it's natural for people to want to reach a destination without necessarily taking the journey. But nevertheless, there is a great potential for you to have this happy ending. And I really feel like for a lot of you, it's about your business and perhaps feeling disappointed that certain things didn't turn out the way that you expected them to, and possibly feeling like, a little bit limited in terms of financial resources, and things kind of taking a long time. But this is your potential here, and potential is so interesting and powerful, because it shows you that even if you can't see the whole staircase, if you take the first step, you can be led to this. But again, it comes with following your intuition, following your gut, being prepared, and yeah. So that is all I'm getting for you, group 3. Hopefully you resonate with this, or you enjoyed and you got some sort of helpful messages. If you did, do give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click that notification bell if you feel inclined, of course. So that is it. That is all I'm getting for you. Just remember that you are a leader, and you have the mental, emotional, spiritual capacities to make the right decisions for you, even amidst your own indecision and confusion. Just remember to trust those instincts of yours. And yeah, that is your reading. Hopefully that resonated with you. Bye. Hi, group 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Remember to only take the messages that resonate, okay? And leave the rest. So I'm going to show you your cards, and then we'll get into the messages. You have the Moon, Illusion. You could be a Pisces or a Cancer, I'm seeing. Maybe even a Scorpio as well. 8 of Angels, Confusion, and Metamorphosis, the release, which is death. So you could also be a Scorpio. You could also be an Aries, because you have the Emperor on the bottom of this Morgan Greer tarot deck. I finally remembered what deck it was. And then you have the 4 of Pentacles from that deck and the 7 of Cups. So right away, I already see 2 4s. 4s are really, 4 is like the number for this reading, I feel. You have, your stack 4, your group 4, and then you have the Emperor, and then the 4 of Coins. You also have 22, which simplifies to 4 in the Crossroads bottom of your Lenormand deck. Okay, so yeah, so you also have the Anchor and the Tower. And then you have the Sweat Lodge. I'll get into the meaning of these cards in a sec. I'll show you the booklet, and then we'll talk about it. And then you also have the Moon. Again, you have 2 moons. Alright, again, Pisces, perhaps, or Cancer. Communication. Self-expression, exchange, sharing, connection. I'm also seeing a moon here, so you guys could have been significantly affected by the full moon recently. Action. On the bottom of this chakra oracle cards. Movement, perseverance, discipline, and motivation. Then 8 of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic. Going back to school. It's interesting to note that the anchor is also an 8 because it simplifies to an 8. 5, 3 is 8. You have life experience, a significant life event, powerful revelation that leads to change, and time to spread your wings. On the bottom of the deck of that one, you have a 6 of earth. Gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan, or paying off debts. And then you have moderation and spirituality. Healing on the bottom of the deck. Then also from the Art of Love Tarot deck. I'll link all of these down below, by the way, if you're interested. You have King of Angels, Peaceful Warrior. You could be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Or the other signs that I mentioned earlier, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So let's get into the meanings of these cards here. The moon is all about the cycles and the unconscious, and the cycles of life and the cycles of the moon and the different seasons of life and the changes that we all go through. Here's a sweat lodge. I'm going to read you the invitation and the medicine here. So, listen to your intuition and determine which one is you. The invitation for the sweat lodge is, this is a time to journey inward into the dark and hidden places of your soul, to reconnect with the ancient earth wisdom. Really similar with the moon and this idea of the unconscious, right? You can also create a sacred and intimate space in the dark by lighting a candle. Observe what emerges, and without judging it, invite it to bring you its gifts. You are being offered an opportunity to shed and heal from the aspects of your life you have outgrown. Do not worry that you will be consumed by the process. The medicine. Life is offering you a second chance. Take it, since this chance may not come your way again for a while. Mother Earth is calling you into her womb and inviting you to incubate as long as needed for your spiritual rebirth. Gift yourself time to be with your darkness, your fears, your pain, your seeds of beautiful potential until you come out of the other side free, wise, and full of creativity. And then for the moon, go ahead and pause that if you want to read it yourself. I'm going to read you these two. The invitation. The moon spends equal time in the darkness as it does in the light of the sun, and now it comes to remind you of this balance. Or Have you been too focused on outer achievements, productivity, or social engagements? Or have you spent too much time hidden from the outer world, not wanting to interact or show your face? Meditate on the significance of the moon's cycle and let it gently guide you out of your bottomless depths. Head back to the world of outer expression and connect with others. Let it help you make time for yourself, your feelings, and your essential spiritual and human needs. The medicine. This card calls you to go on a journey of renewal, just like the moon does every month, so you can get unstuck, whether from a specific situation or life in general. For this, you need to make time to be with yourself without the distractions of modern society, and have the courage to look at the unwanted or unembraced parts of your being until you arrive at a place of resolution. Shamanic lore explains that the finest treasures of humanity are hidden where people are most afraid to go. Interesting message. So yeah, those are those two messages. It's all about delving or going into the depth of something, likely the depth of our own souls and the depths of our own psyche and our own being. Look at this person here. They're entering some sort of womb, and sometimes that can be scary, You also have the moon here with illusion. So I'm feeling like a huge message of entering the depths of something to figure out what is true and what is false. You know what, group 4, I feel like you guys are leaders and you might be considering, whether or not you're down for a specific field of study or career. You might be feeling indecisive. You also have the crossroads. So, you have the anchor and the tower and the crossroads, right? The crossroads is about uncertainty and having two different paths and not necessarily knowing which one to take. And the anchor is obviously feeling anchored and grounded in something. The Tower is a lot about institutions, community places, and things like that a lot of people, and churches as well, that a lot of people recognize. So with the Tower, a lot of people recognize the Tower as a place that is public and established. So like your churches, your justice houses, things like this, schools as well. So a lot of you, group 4, I'm feeling that you're likely teetering between one field in your career or the other. It might have something to do with spirituality. Like you might be very passionate or called towards some sort of spiritual study or field, but with moderation here, it's calling on you to recognize the practicalities of even that. You know, like, yeah, you're still gonna, you know, you want to do all this good and heal and all of this stuff, but you know, you're gonna still need to make money. Yeah, because look at this. You have the 7 of Cups and the 4 of Coins here. There's a sense of wanting to save money, not wanting to waste money, not wanting to lose something. So you're being very cautious and indecisive almost. Yeah, you get that same theme again with the Crossroads. But yeah, like you're working hard on something. I feel like you guys are going to school. Like a lot of you guys are going to school. You're studying something. Maybe the whole coronavirus thing has sort of put a damper in your education. But look at this guy. He's studying. And you get that same theme with this Tower card, going back to school. So you have a lot of like this going back to school theme. And I'm getting that for you guys. You don't really know like what the right decision is. You might be regretting some of your decisions in the past. Like you don't want to make the wrong mistake, even for others of you who are, you know, are expected to make that decision soon. But you know, for you guys, you might be someone who is very good in communicating. Communication might be a good field for you. And a field where you can take action and be active. Because with the Emperor, I'm feeling like you're someone who's a leader, and you like to, you're not going to be okay or happy with being an employee and like basically doing whatever someone else tells you. So right now I feel like you are being called to recognize those inherent qualities within you that will always remain. Like, yes, people can change, but there is just something within you that makes you who you are on a core level. See, I'm also getting the confusion here with this card. So there is a lot of confusion for you guys. 8 of Angels. I noticed that the 8 of Swords and the 8 of Earth are here. So you're getting a lot of 8s and multiples of 4 as well. So 4 is all about foundations and stability. And so, you know, this could be a message for you. Yeah, so you guys are likely considering multiple options in terms of what you want to do with your life or how you want to move forward in your career. I feel like you're called also to healing, possibly, and spirituality. But you know that, like, okay, is that really something that I want to get into? Is that profitable? Is that going to pay the bills? And how is it going to pay the bills? I feel like those are questions that you want to answer. Also, the release, metamorphosis, that is also a 4. So let's show you really quickly all the 4s that I'm seeing. Metamorphosis, it feels like you need to change something within yourself. Like, I feel like you, group 4, might not want to change, or you don't want to make changes, but you feel called. You feel like you have to, because you're no longer willing to stay stuck in the same place. And, you know, there's just something inside of you that's like screaming out, hey, pay attention to me. I'm no longer interested. I'm utterly bored with this situation, and I need change, and I need to be recognized. Life experience, a Tower, a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change, time to spread your wings. Exactly. There are messages of change, and what you're looking for is stability, and it can be, again, it can bring about feelings of instability naturally when, you know, you have to change, but you want to be grounded at the same time. What you're looking for, Guru, for, is something that will sustain you for a long time, for the long term. You want to make a decision and you want to stick with it. And I'm feeling like you're somebody who actually really sticks to your decision once you make up your mind. I'm also saying lots of 5 here. These are both 5s once you simplify them. Saying 5s, 7s, 4s, 8s. You know what it is? I'm also feeling like you're doing some healing internally, but also some shadow work. Like you're recognizing your demons, or they're making themselves known to you, meaning like you're starting to see all of these negative aspects of yourself, quote unquote negative, like things that people would usually have bad labels for. And particularly I'm being drawn to the sacral chakra here with the heart here. I'm feeling like there's something about your sexuality, or likely your lower chakras, that might need your attention. It might be what you need, because the Emperor is all about the lower chakras. And 4 is also a foundational number, which the foundational chakra is the root chakra and the sacral chakra. Those lower chakras are all about being rooted. And you see that here too with action. Movement, perseverance, discipline, and motivation. So, you know, you want to make a decision and you want to take action towards that decision, right? But there is a season for everything. And I feel like with the moon here, if you know, really resonated with the message in the sweat lodge, you're recognizing those things that perhaps you have ignored. And some of them might feel like, you know, quote unquote bad, and something that you don't want to be feeling, and something that you didn't want to be. Like coming to, I feel like with this, it's about coming to accept your sexuality and what that really means for you, accepting that you're a sexual being, and no longer feeling guilty for that, coming to accept that you are someone who cannot stand certain situations and will not fare well in certain settings. Like, for instance, again, working in a specific place or in a specific environment with a tower here. And that's why I feel like you guys are feeling a lot of confusion and confliction, because maybe, just maybe, you know, you were guided towards this path possibly by people in your family, or it's so heavily, you know, in your consciousness that this is the thing that I set my mind to, and now all of a sudden I want to change. And so that can be really, really difficult, especially with the metamorphosis here. But you're changing, you're growing, and you're discovering yourself. But with that, you know, comes the need for discernment. Because again, this was a reading of like practicality, right? And kind of sort of wanting to bring about those messages that perhaps aren't so super exciting, but are helpful nevertheless. I just see here also new career opportunities. So again, some of you guys might be changing your career. On the bottom of this other Art of Love deck, here's the King of Angels, Peaceful Warrior, the King of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You might be one of those signs, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or dealing with those signs. But the Peaceful Warrior, like, I feel like you might be conflicted between two sides. You know, maybe, like, for an example, you might be a cop, but you understand why certain people are now wanting to defund the police and wanting to, or you understand why they're having the reaction that they do, because you're a peaceful warrior. I see that you're very stoic and you have a good heart, and you went into this field, for example, you went into this field wanting to protect and serve people, and you're seeing now that not everybody's doing that. And so you might be conflicted because you're being called to heal, you're being called to, you know, speak out about any injustice. And I'm also seeing the throat chakra underneath in reverse. So you might feel like you can't say certain things, and that's why I'm also getting the crossroads and the confusion here, the illusion with the moon, not wanting to change something. But the Emperor itself shows how passionate you are, what drive you have, and that you're a leader, you're a true leader, and you know that there are certain things that you have to change and certain things that you have to do. But again, understanding the limitations to that. But again, with the moon here, you know, there might in fact come a time where it's absolutely perfect to come out and to be who you truly are. And that might not be right now, and that's okay, but you'll know when the right time is for you. I feel like right now, group 4, your message is to really delve within yourself. And I wouldn't be surprised if you watched the other readings as well, because we get similar themes of like being honest about our darkness and our demons with ourselves, and taking action to use those aspects of ourselves, those shadow aspects of ourselves, in the most beneficial way possible. You guys, so I'm also getting that there might be things that is coming up in your consciousness right now that are feeling very, with the illusion here, that there might be things that are coming up in your consciousness or in your field of vision right now that are really calling to you, enticing you. And with moderation here, it's all about kind of taking a step back and asking yourself, okay, am I attracted to this thing for all the wrong reasons? Is this thing really gonna benefit me and my highest good? Or is this coming from a place of needing some sort of relief, needing some sort of entertainment, some sort of pleasure? And I'm seeing that maybe you guys might be under the spell of something. So I don't know what that really means. It's up to you for those who resonate with it. But yeah, group 4, let's get some last few messages for you. Let's see. For group 4. You're stuck from like, I feel like you're in the middle. You're in the middle between choosing between left or right, red or blue, logical versus abstract kind of ideas. Like you're in between. You don't fall in any specific place. So we have wind chimes, peace and harmony. So this is important to you. You have healing, spirituality, peaceful warrior. This is important to you, and maybe that's contradicting with your environment or the people that you surround yourself with. Purse, pay attention to your finances. Okay, maybe that's where moderation and the 4 of stars is coming from. Receiving a loan or paying off debts are here, so that could be also something important in your life right now. And flowers, beautiful, last card, happiness. Okay, so group 4, as like an overall conclusion, you know, some of you are dealing with finances, not wanting to make a change even though you know that you have to. You are being led to a new path, a new door, and it's going to take for you to be honest with yourself about your own darkness, about your own fault and your shortcomings, and those demons that perhaps are plaguing you from moving forward, because you are a leader, you're very passionate, but you're also a peaceful warrior, and so you have to come to the agreement between the two of those things. Communication just might be what you need to do, whatever form feels right for you, because you have the throat chakra in reverse. But overall, you know, happiness abounds, and that's your potential ultimately. You're just being tested right now. Things are crumbling, perhaps around you with a tower. But it's time for you to expand at this point and perhaps relearn what it means to be who you are, who you truly are, and learn new skills and delve more deeper into topics that now are suddenly coming up and interesting you. All right. So group 4, that is your reading. Just remember that, you know, there is a season and a time for everything. Follow your intuition. You know the right decision to make for your own good. And yeah, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell if you want to be notified for more future readings or videos from me. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you like that. Bye.